So much to talk about in this world. Today, I'd like to talk about my Klein MM4400. Why? Why not? Because I realized that there's a lot of cool stuff on here. I mean, you can look at all those cool little things. One thing I found is that it can do the temperature. I thought, how cool is doing the temperature? Right now, there's nothing, no sensor. So I make sure, hook it up right, and bam. Temperature in the house, 66 degrees. Trying to figure out my mouth. There we go. And that's what's really fun about this, is that I dumped it in the pool last night. Because, see, the other day, after having a shit day, I found out that my mind immediately goes to, let's end it. I have suicidal ideation anyway, and so whenever things happen, I tend to become fatalistic and think of worst case scenario, and of course overanalyze, because that's what you should do. That's the best thing to do. And of course, whenever I start doing that, I turn to fatalism and let's die, because, well, dying is a lot easier than dealing with what's going on, and suicidal ideation is it. It's been like that my entire life, though. So yesterday morning, getting my temperature, actually, so this happened Wednesday night, and I realized things were kind of getting out of control, and I didn't know what to do. So Mary, or Justin, or both, or one said, jump in the pool. It's like, jump in the what? Yep, jump in the pool. And that, y'all, is exactly what I did. I jumped in the pool. Now, I wasn't really expecting anything, but it was cold. It was super cold. Like, cold, cold, cold. And part of that coldness is that it just does a gentle reset. Actually, a very violent reset. Well, yesterday, as I was checking the temperature of the pool, it was 61 degrees. 61 degrees in that pool. My crazy old self was in there swimming. Why? Because I needed to reset what was going on. And I think that's what happens, is sometimes we need something so shocking. Maybe not so shocking. We just need something like, quit playing with these and do a thing. But I can't, because it's driving me crazy. And it also keeps my mind busy. So, I mean, what had happened was I jumped in that pool and it was cold, and I sat in there a little bit, did a couple of things, and then I got out and went about life. And I think that's really what it is. So yesterday, as I'm talking to Sarah, I go to counseling. I highly suggest, if you're having issues, go to find someone who you trust. If you can't go to a licensed counselor, go to someone you can trust. Preferably not me, because I'm a horrible example of what you should and shouldn't do. But the fact is that people are there. People love you. And I was talking to her about this. So I've said it 7 times now. And what I realized is that I hate me. Wait, of all the things that I could do in my world, I hate Aaron Sterling Deason. And I always have. And the question is, why? Well, there's many reasons why. I mean, Aaron Sterling Deason weighs over 500 pounds. Aaron Sterling Deason has no teeth. Aaron Sterling Deason has so many flaws and so many, I don't know, foibles. I don't know what that means, but it sounds really bad, but it's probably faults. She said, okay. I said, she's right. And it took me back. And it's like, you're right. So? But then what I realized is, whenever I was doing my stinking dissertation, somebody asked me why. I want to study paramedics. Why? I want to study paramedics because it's unique. It's a unique set of people that don't have a lot of research. Why? Because people who research don't research them, and they can't get in because they don't have a way to get them. Why? Because they're outsiders. Why? Why are they outsiders? Because they don't understand what's going on. Why? Because it's a unique thing. It's a unique culture. Why? Because it's different than nurses. Why? Because it's the things you do. Except maybe emergency. Those are the closest people to it. Uh, and the why list goes on and on and on. So, why? And you got down to because paramedics matter. Go now, communication. Why? Why does the communication matter? Because they have experiences. Why? Because they see things in the course of their job. Why? Because that's what happens. So why do I want to study the communication of things that happens? Because it affects the way they communicate. Why? And this is where, just think about it, we're like 48 whys into this. Why does it affect the way they communicate? Because the things they see, they have to deal with it somehow. Why? Because in the moment, they really can't. They have to manage the way they communicate, the way they think, the way they act. Why? Because you have socially constructed things, and honestly, if you're going woo woo woo, you're probably not able to take care of the patient. And so why? And that's what led me to the dissertation topic that says the systemic affect of critical incidents on emergency medical personnel's communication. Basically, I saw some really bad things. I did some really bad things. Not illegal. I'm just like, I did bad things. The combination of all those and then maladaptive coping techniques allowed me or forced me to stuff things in. Emotions, feelings. No, just mostly emotions. And because of that, it affected the way I look at the world, the way I look at other people, the way who cry and all that nonsense that I've been doing lately. And my gosh, cried more in the last week than I have in the last 40 years of my life, probably 45 years of my life. But back to things that don't matter. And she asked me, why do you teach? Why does what I do matter? Because I love my students. There, I said it. I said it without crying. But whenever somebody says, why do you get so emotional? Why do you have that feeling? Because I love every single one of you. I love every single person, and I think everybody has a value. See, we had to rehome Bella just because we didn't have the space anymore, and we love her. I was looking at people that she could potentially go with, and I looked. Oh, look, there's a white person, has matching dog and mama pajamas. Oh yeah, we want that. It's kind of scuddy looking person. Like, nah. Then I realized I'm freaking guilty of judging people. Get over your damn self. I'm doing the same thing people do to me whenever they look at me. I'm looking at the outside. So, messaged, hey, would you like to look at Bella? Can you come over? I said, well, I don't have a car. I can come over later. I'm like, Bella, get in the car. Let's go. We went over there. And it really doesn't matter. And that's why I realized I was so wrong. Because the house she's going to, the home she's going to, the family's going to, beautiful family. It doesn't matter about anything else about them. They will take care of Bella. They will love Bella. And I suck as a person because I broke my number one rule of love other people. I don't have to qualify that. I just have to love them because I should love them. Because why? In the end, everyone is a child of God, and even the really, really bad ones. I'm not sure what your belief system is, but I know that we all lived in heaven with God, and God said, "Here's a way to get to earth," because it's clearly it's in the book of Revelation, and it says, and it says that there was one who wanted to be God and took over and said, "Hey, I'll get everybody back to you," and that devil was cast out. The rest of us made the choice to follow God's plan and let Christ come down and have that freedom to choose. Excuse me, the freedom to choose. We have that agency to choose good or bad, right or wrong. And because of that, everybody here on earth made a correct choice once. Whether they're making correct choices or now doesn't matter. They're still my brothers and sisters. They are children of God. And because I judge those people, I suck. My way is not your way. Nor is your way my way. And yet we can still both be children. And we can still love each other. And we can both still provide a pretty damn good dog home. So Jasmine, I'm sorry. But dang it, I know y'all are loving that dog and taking care of her. Do you need a cat? Hey. Perfectly timed, Roxy. And that's what it's all about, y'all. Get over your damn self. Quit judging. Having fun. Love people.